Another question on the documents. You have said, though, from this podium many, many times over the last 2 weeks that this president takes the handling of classified material very seriously. And yet we continue to learn about more documents being found and discovered at his home, including now some that go back decades to his time in the Senate. So why should the American people believe that this president takes classified material seriously and the handling of it?
Look, the American people heard from the president directly on this when he was asked by your colleagues at least twice now about how he sees this process. And he was very clear with the response of what we're currently seeing. And he says, I take this very seriously. He said, I didn't know that the documents were there.
That was the White House press secretary there facing a brutal day of questioning from reporters. Joe Biden's hoarded classified documents seem to be the gift that keeps on giving for journalists. Despite the White House claiming over 10 days ago that the search for documents kept by Joe Biden was complete, yet another batch has been found. This prompted Karine Jean-Pierre to be asked how the American public can believe the president takes the handling of classified documents seriously if more and more continue to be found in his possession. The press secretary answered by continuing to push that Joe Biden takes it very seriously and he didn't know they were in his possession. Over the weekend, the Department of Justice found 6 more items, some of which include classified markings at his Delaware house. Some of these pieces of material date back to when Biden was a senator for Delaware from 1973 to 2009. There were also handwritten notes found from his time as vice president from 2009 to 2017. The 12-hour search came just 1 week after Joe Biden's aides found 5 other classified documents in his garage from his time as VP. A few days before that, it was revealed Biden's personal attorneys had discovered a small number of classified material found at his old office at the Penn Biden Center in November. Despite his attorneys finding these just 6 days before the midterm elections, it was not revealed until this month that had happened. Joe Biden was asked about the timing of it being revealed, asking why he didn't disclose it before the midterms, to which the president said he had no regrets about that. Biden has been labelled a hypocrite for this scandal because he said Donald Trump was irresponsible to have kept classified documents at his Florida home after his presidency. The reason why this is a big deal is because when you finish a term in the White House, any classified documents are meant to be given to the National Archives to be stored. Now we have the former president being probed by a special counsel for having over 100 documents at his Mar-a-Lago home, and now the sitting president for what seems to be around 12 pieces of classified material. Karine Jean-Pierre was then questioned on her choice of wording when she claimed the president didn't even know that he was in possession of the documents.
The president said that he did not know the documents were there. I'm not actually sure he has said that clearly. Are you saying the president did not know?
Well, he said he was surprised. He said he was surprised.
Any of the documents?
He said he was surprised. I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm going to refer you to the White House counsel's office. I'm just repeating what he said, and he said...
What you just said. You said he did not know the documents were there.
He said he was surprised that the documents were there.
The latest revelation of more documents found has prompted House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer calling on the Secret Service Director to provide all documents, communications and visitor information maintained for President Biden's Wilmington, Delaware residence. He wrote a letter to Kimberly Cheetle urging the director that Americans need answers now. The letter reads, on January 15, the committee wrote White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain and requested a visitor log of President Biden's Wilmington home during his presidency. In response, the White House claimed they do not maintain such visitor logs. According to Secret Service personnel, the Secret Service does generate law enforcement and criminal justice information records for various individuals who may come into contact with Secret Service protected sites. Chairman Comer has requested all information on who visited Joe Biden's home from January 20, 2017 onwards. Basically, the Oversight Committee wants to know who has potentially been exposed to any secret government documents in possession of the president at his private home.